Hi guys, my name is Eliza Paris. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about horse care and basic needs of your horse. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about a place for your horse to stay. So there's pretty much 3 different options of where your horse can stay. You can board them somewhere, which is where you can either pay somebody to take care of them, or you can come every day, but it's not at your house, or you can have it at your house. The horses need at least a stall. Most horses should have turnout. If it's not, sometimes it's not available, but most horses should be able to have a stall with a turnout and then a separate place for them to go if they want to run around. So the next thing I want to talk about is food. So obviously your horse needs food. Horses eat hay, obviously, and some horses need grain. Not all horses need grain, but some need grain to complete their diet. Horses can have 15 to 20 pounds of hay a day is what should be given. So that can be split up into as many feedings as you want, because they can be eating all day, or it can be the minimum of 2 feedings. And for grain, they can have up to 4 pounds per feeding, which should only be 2 feedings, but they just don't digest grain as well because they're made to eat forage. And grain they just can't have as much because they don't digest it as well, and you're just wasting money because it just goes out. And so the biggest thing that they need is forage, and they need lots of forage because their stomachs are built to be grazing all day. So they need to be able to be eating a lot. And the type of hay that you feed just depends on your horse. My horses are on orchard, and she likes to eat my fingers. But they're on orchard, and they get 1 flake in the morning, 2 flakes at night. That's just how I do it, how it's most convenient for me. But some people do it different ways, and it really just depends on your horse and what you want to feed. My horses are also on senior feed, which is a mix of different grains because they're a little bit on the older side and it helps them keep their top line. They're also on beet pulp and alfalfa pellets. Alfalfa pellets is another form of forage because it's literally just hay in a pellet form. And the beet pulp helps my older horse, Classy, gain weight and keep weight. So I soak my alfalfa and my beet pulp pellets, and then I also feed Senior on top of that. Not all horses need that. I only feed about 2 pounds per feeding because I don't want to be wasting grain. And hay, I think I feed about 18 pounds of hay a day per horse. And this is Flicka. Classy's over there. She's eating right now. She's doing her own thing. But they are both currently eating, and they get fed in the morning anywhere between 6 to 8, and at the night 6 to 8 again. The next thing that your horse needs is they most definitely need their stalls to be clean. A lot of people leave their stalls too long. Horses' stalls need to be clean, preferably every day, because horses can poop. Most horses poop around 10 times a day. And then they also pee, which is a lot of gallons of pee because they go through a 10-gallon bucket probably once or twice a day. It's a lot of pee and a lot to clean up. But it's important that if you want to get a horse, that you're either cleaning it out yourself or somebody else is cleaning it for you that you're paying. Because a horse needs to be cleaned out, because if they get it in their feet, they can get infections in their feet, and it's really important that they're not walking in their own poop. What you need for that is a bucket or wheelbarrow and a poop rake. I also have a broom and some other tools to help me, but that is really important that that is done. Your horse also needs grooming, which you're going to need all your brushes, and because horses can get skin infections, rain rot, all sorts of nasty things, and you want to make sure that you're keeping your horse clean. Also, one of the most important things is picking out your horse's feet. So that's one of the biggest things that is really important that you do, because your horses need their feet to be picked out at least once a day, because they can get thrush and infections in their feet, which can deteriorate their feet fast and cause issues. For instance, my horse here, Flicka, has navicular in her front legs. This is because before we got her, she was sitting. And I'm going to get into this when we talk about exercise, but that was an issue that caused her legs to not work as well, and it's just important that we make sure that we take care of our horses. Exercise is the next thing I want to talk about. Your horse needs exercise. Whether that's not, you don't have to ride your horse. Most people do, but it's not necessary as long as you're still exercising them. They need their legs to be moving. They need to be out of their stall. They need to be, even if they're in turnout, they still need to get out because they need to be in the wild. They're walking the whole day, right? I mean, obviously these horses weren't in the wild, but their bodies are made to be walking all day. And so it's important for their, like, just literally for the function of their limbs that they are getting out and they are walking every day. Flicka was sat for a whole year and didn't get any exercise. She had a turnout, but she wasn't getting exercise. This was before we got her. So she developed navicular in her front legs, which is almost like arthritis for humans. And it just like, it deteriorates her legs. It makes her not be able to turn as fast. It's just really important that your horses exercise. They also need some sort of bedding most of the time, or stall mats, or just soft ground, because horses lay down a lot. Not all horses, but especially one of my horses lays down every night to get her deep sleep. And it's just important that they have some sort of cushion, and that'll also help you not use with your pee and your poop to clean it out easier. Your horse is going to drink 5 to 10 gallons of water per day, and it's important that you have a bucket that's at least 10 gallons so that they don't run out of water at any point during the day. And I fill my waters up twice a day. Some people fill them up once if they have a bigger water, whatever works for you. But one of the important things is your horse needs to be drinking water. You need to make sure they're drinking enough water, because dehydration can cause a lot of issues like colic, which is a buildup of things in their intestines, and they can get clogged because horses can't throw up. So you need the vet out if that happens. And drinking water is one of the most important things. If you see your horse isn't drinking water, you need to make sure they're not dehydrated. And there's many ways you can do that, by like pinching their neck. If it goes back fast, they're okay. If it goes back really slow, your horse is dehydrated, you might have to call the vet out. There's lots of different ways that you can water your horse. I have like a big 10-gallon bucket that I just fill up. Some people have metal water buckets. Some people have rubber ones. Some people have automatic waterers. That's just the way that I do it, but there's many different ways you can do it. Interrupting me. Another thing that you are going to need when you have a horse is a horse first aid kit. This should have things that you need for minor injuries. If you ever have a big injury, definitely call the vet out immediately. They're little babies and they get hurt really easily, so you're definitely going to need a vet that can come as fast as possible. But I have my betadine, I have a rag, I have sponge, and I just have like some other topical creams and stuff that are for if they get hurt. I also have diapers for abscesses, to pack abscesses. I don't just keep diapers in the tack room for fun. But just mostly little things that you're going to need if you have minor injuries. If you ever have a even slightly major injury, definitely call the vet out immediately. You need a professional. But even if there was a big injury, you want to at least be able to do as much as you can before the vet gets there. So definitely a kit for your horse. I think you should also have a kit for you. Just Band-Aids, wraps, just because you never know if you're going to get in an injury, an accident, what's going to happen. Those are all the things that I think are important, and some things that you should definitely have if you own a horse. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like my channel, please subscribe. If you have any specifics that you want to hear about, just leave a comment and I can make a video about it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!